Fluoridated water. For years, governments have told us that fluoride, an inorganic compound used in the production of fertilizer and aluminum products, is good for us. Used in the right proportions, they say, it's a safe, simple way to prevent tooth decay, particularly for those who may not have access to proper dental care. But many people oppose this. They say it's linked to a variety of diseases, from ADHD to lower IQs.
The question for regulators is whether there's an adequate margin of safety between the doses which definitely cause harm and the doses people are likely to get when fluoride is added to the water. There's no margin of safety to protect our children from lowered IQ. There have now been 41 out of 48 studies which have found a lowering of IQ associated with fairly modest levels of fluoride in the water.
Over 1.5 million people live in Peel region near Toronto. It's here that a concerned group of citizens is taking its politicians to court because they refuse to stop fluoridation.
My concerns about fluoridation are the fact that the region of Peel is adding hydrofluorosilicic acid, which is a toxic byproduct, in our drinking water. I was under the impression that it was pharmaceutical grade fluoride that was being added to our water, and I believed it was to help prevent dental cavities. And until I learned that it's a toxic byproduct, it actually changed everything.
The fluoride in our drinking water is produced as a byproduct of the manufacture of industrial fertilizer.
To give you an analogy, if I took a bag of road salt and took a scoop out and decided to use that for my family's food, I'm using industrial grade. There are contaminants in the salt.
Fluoridated drinking water can cause harm. There have been a number of studies about the link between cancer and fluoridation.
Nader Hassan, a partner with famous defense lawyer Clayton Ruby, has taken on the case.
There have been recent studies connecting fluoridated drinking water with hypothyroidism and ADHD.
Hassan believes that by using recent scientific studies, he can prove fluoridation violates the Charter of Rights.
The benefit of fluoridated drinking water is so tiny, if it exists at all. And on the other hand, you have the risk of all these other harms, that it is in fact a grossly disproportionate law, and the Supreme Court has held that grossly disproportionate laws are unconstitutional pursuant to Section 7 of the Charter.
Given the scientific evidence, why is fluoride backed by so many governments and professional associations?
About 75% of Ontarians drink fluoridated drinking water, and it poses a novel constitutional issue here as well. Even if they could prove that fluoridation provided some kind of benefit, well, that raises a whole bunch of other issues about medicalization against our consent, because that's what fluoridation really is. This is about individual liberty and our right to choose what we want to put in our bodies.
It may take years for the Canadian courts to make a decision on this case. But that doesn't matter to Lisa and her group. They're determined to see this through and have plans to fundraise to keep the case alive, no matter how long it takes.
It's a fundamental human right to have safe drinking water for our babies, for our elderly, for everyone. So who are the people that can actually control this? It's our counselors, it's our leaders, and these leaders are getting paid. And unfortunately, this is where we can say, without a doubt, that they're not doing their job.